Former President Jacob Zuma says the ANC and IFP should reconcile. Zuma was speaking at the funeral of Reverend Elo Stegen, who was the founder of Kwasizabantu Mission in Kranskop, KwaZulu-Natal. Stegen passed away last month after a long illness. For more on this story, let's cross live now to our reporter Ntando, Mnyandu. Ntando, good afternoon. Lovely to catch up with you. Just give us some insights into some of the other speakers and certainly what I imagine is a somber mood there where you are.
Hi, greetings to you, Hugo, and our viewers at home. It's been a rather, a filled with speeches send-off for Reverend Elo Stegen here in Kwasizabantu Mission in Kranskop on the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. Speakers have been taking to the podium, sharing their personal experiences with Reverend Stegen, and particularly we've seen speakers from different political parties. You have MEC Peking Konyeni from the province of KwaZulu-Natal speaking on behalf of the provincial government. We've also had, Mayor Ngubane from Umzinyati municipality speaking as both the neighbor of the Kwasizabantu Mission and a representative of the Inkatha Freedom Party. But particularly, we've had a very interesting speech by the former president of the country, His Excellency Jacob Zuma, who shares a very close, relationship with the late Reverend Elo Stegen. He also, touched on the relationship that he had with Elo Stegen and the former, Prime Minister or the late Prime Minister of the Zulu Nation and the Zulu monarch, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, defining the two great leaders as people who advocated for unity. He touched on the issue that the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi kept on, repeatedly touching on the issue of unity and reconciliation between the African National Congress and the Inkatha Freedom Party. Now, His Excellency Jacob Zuma says, the passing of these two great giants, at such a close, or a period of time should be taken as a symbol, that they both preached the gospel of unity and peace. And it's high time that political parties, sat down on the table and reconciled, particularly the African National Congress and, the IFP. But he also, defined Elo Stegen as a person of unity, a person who loved family, a person who preached the gospel of peace, and a person who really, practiced the word of God. And if, we were to steal from his speech, we would rather, dip into what he said when he was on the podium. So let us just take a listen on what Mr. Jacob Zuma said on the podium.
Lomfundisi ube umfundisi oxolo. Ube umfundisi oshumayela izwi lenkosi. Umfundisi ofundisayo. Ngicabanga ukuthi sizibonele ngosini namhlanje ukuthi ubefundisa ngisho umndeni wakhe ukuthi ube yinto ehlangene ewenza uthandane ube yinto futhi ube umfundisi owazi ukuthi uNkulunkulu wathi senginenzile zalanani nande naye akayekanga kwenze njalo.
And there you have it, the former President of the Republic sharing, his personal relationship that he enjoyed with the late Reverend Stegen. But as you know, Abantu Mission is also, a training ground for most of young people from around the Kwama Pumulo area. You know that this mission boasts a community radio station which is named Ikwezi Community Radio Station. And most of, some prominent broadcasters, they come here to cut their teeth in the broadcasting sector. And one of the alumni of this, mission is none other than Bongani Gina, who is now the spokesperson for the municipality of Umhlatuze, on the northern KZN. Mr. Gina, thank you very much. Your experience of the late Reverend Stegen.
Thank you, Ntando, and greetings to you and your viewers. Indeed, I can say and confirm that Reverend Stegen did play a huge role in shaping me to be the person that I am today. I went to school here, actually. I attended school here in this mission, Domino Sector School, which is a school that he also founded in 1986. And also, as you've just put it, this is where I also batted as a junior journalist through the community radio station that they have here, Radio Kwezi. And from here, I proceeded to a provincial commercial radio station, Kakasi FM, as you've put it. I'm now with the local government, the city of Umhlatuze, as the head of communication. But I can say that he has touched my life in many ways, and the people that grew up here. I can remember one incident on top of my head right now that I was pondering about it as I was sitting down listening to his life, to the testimonies about his life, that he actually, I remember how, because the school here is a boarding school, though it's a mission school, but we still have to pay fees, so that they maintain and sustain the school. At the end of my matric, I remember that I was owing actually the school about 10,000 rand, and so I couldn't get my matric certificate. When I was working, and years later, when I came back to pay the fee that I was owing the school so that I would get my matric certificate, the principal told me, no, don't worry, your debt has been paid off. And I freely got my matric certificate. And to me, that was a gospel being preached, and not only verbally, but also through action. And I made a vow myself that I must also help the next person who found themselves in the situation that I was, where I couldn't afford school fees. So his life did touch us, me specifically, in many ways.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kina.
Thank you, Ntando.
Well, there you have it. That is Bongani Gina, one of the alumni of the Abantu mission. I can tell you that the program is almost drawing to a close now. What is so interesting is that mourners who are gathered inside this auditorium behind me are now listening to one of the sermons that Reverend Stegen, once preached. They are watching the video that is currently being streamed. But there are a lot of stories of how this great man of faith touched, the community that he operated in, founding a very thriving business that, sells bottled water. They also have, some farms that grow vegetables that are now being supplied to, some major, stores around the country. So we will keep you updated, of what, keeps on, transpiring here in Kwasizabantu. But with that, is back to you in studio.
Mnyandu coming to us from KZN. Appreciate your time this afternoon.